Hi, everybody. It's Kelly here at Eclectic Entries. It's been a cool minute since I uploaded a video after the whole Dragon Quest toy animation thing that yeah. Um, but I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let it die. I'm not gonna let my channel die. And you're probably like, you live in Las Vegas in Nevada in the desert. Why are you wearing a beanie indoors? And I'm just like, well, when it's been this long since you've had a haircut and not even a hat can help you, it's time to wear a hat. so, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here today to talk to you all about some stuff that's been going on here in town, here in Las Vegas. I didn't, I guess they did. Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority stuff just did an official press release that there's going to be an online, I got my lantern. Ooh, okay. An online virtual event that's going to be broadcast worldwide on Facebook, on Visit Las Vegas's YouTube channel, and on the Visit Las Vegas website that I'll put down in the description. Is going to allow for streaming, and it's going to be basically a party. They're going to have a DJ. They're going to have different sites around town. I have no idea what that means, so you have to tune in to find out. Uh, and and then also, more importantly for y'all, they're going to be giving away prizes, which are vacations here to Las Vegas for 2021. But you won't be able to win if you don't tune in, so you should. Our town really needs a boost, and like morale is super low. So many people have lost their jobs. Zumanity, a Cirque du Soleil show that was in New York, that was the 18 and plus one. Went to go see it when my friend came to visit over a year ago. It was so much fun. Like, it was really fun. It was artful. It was gorgeous. It was just a good time. Fun music, great people, very talented folks. They completely went dark. Um, they're not going to have their show ever again. And they were interviewing one of the cast members on our local news, and it's like he had to shift gears and go into real estate. And I'm like, dang, dude, I'm glad you got your real estate license, because yeah, that's why I'm always kind of like, hey, if you can have a trade in addition to like having a degree, always do that. So because a trade's a trade, and it's great. So yeah, that was terrible news. I know the Palazzo just went ahead and closed its hotel tower, which my family used to stay at the Excalibur a lot when we'd come and visit family here over the years. I've been growing up and coming here since I was, middle school, I think. And and I just turned 31, so yeah, it's been a while. And and like it's weird to think about. Like, we used to go to the Excalibur, but we went to Mandalay Bay a lot too, and we like actually had more money. We'd go there, and then after a while, in the latter years before my father retired, he was able to afford a few vacations that included staying at the Palazzo and twice at the concierge level. And the concierge level was so nice. Like, I being in a place where kids aren't allowed to hang out after 11 a.m. because breakfast like ends, and you can just go, and there's like grand piano, and there's a bar, and like all that kind of stuff. Oh my god! And you had a view of like, back then they still did the Treasure Island pirate show thing, and like you could be up at the concierge level of the Palazzo, look out, and see that pirate show go on. On the bad side of that, that meant that if you were in a hotel room in the suite across from it, you were going to be hearing it a few times a day. Kind of like if you have a hotel room, it used to be you have a hotel room across from the New York's roller coaster. It used to be that you'd hear people screaming off and on, like across, like at the Excalibur. That happened to us once. But yeah, just like I have so many great memories of coming here before we moved here, because I've always had family here. My family has been in the region. Like in between, the Daly family ran a gas station in between Kingman and Las Vegas, going back into the 1940s. Or just, it's like a Polish family that just happened to have a gas station and stuff like that. Sometimes some famous people used to stop by back in the day, and it's wild because when we first moved here a few years ago, we went down to the Arts District, which, you know, is cool. Now Oddities is gone, which is not cool, and they're now completely gone, which is even more not cool. I miss Las Vegas Oddities. But anyway, going down to Makers Finders and all that, and in the downtown, and my dad being like, you know, around the corner, your grandpa Steve used to work at that auto garage over there, and I'm like, what the hell? So like, my father is literally like, he doesn't, because we'd have to get like a business license, all that shit. Um, but like, he literally could be a tour guide, like historical tour guide for Las Vegas. Like, you will be driving around, and he'll be like, this is where this used to be, and so used to perform here, and da da da. My father was born in '56, so yeah. I'm basically making this YouTube video as an awkward, tired, completely tapped out, exhausted, end of semester doctoral student entry that's like a love note to the city I live in, because I really am so sad. Like, I'm so sad. Like, it has literally been like watching your city die. It's everything that has made Vegas Vegas has been shelved during all of this. And I'm not going to get into like the way everybody's politicized a virus that has killed mass amounts of people. And I'm not going to get into all of that stuff. I believe that it's important, being that I'm disabled and that I have a family member who has Alzheimer's and stuff like that, that it's important to, you know, consider listening to your doctors. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, all y'all who are primary, I call it, my brain's all like, y'all are the best. You're prime. You're just the best. Not Amazon, but like the best. Number one. Primero. You're number one. You frontline workers. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm not just talking about like healthcare workers and folks at fast food, people at gas stations, truckers, people who are taking care of groceries, all those hard workers that really are honestly not getting compensated or benefit enough at, like, you know, some online retailers, which I may have just mentioned but shall remain nameless. All you Teamsters at UPS, all you folks at the USPS that y'all get people making fun of you a lot, but you folks at the USPS, especially this time of year, shakes, throws package over a fence. Y'all are still good in my book, obviously, or I wouldn't have that. And then, you know, just everybody else who's been working this whole time and has had to have contact with the public, people who make coffee, people who, like, you know what I mean, people who are at Dunkin', people who are at Starbucks, all that kind of stuff. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry that you're not getting hazard pay. And all, like I said, all the healthcare folks, but also the people who are working in the funeral industry, people at coroners' offices, people who are like working overtime at all the records and all the different departments trying to like process all those death certs and all that stuff. Like, it's been a hell of a year, and I really hope that the vaccine helps people. I hope that don't worry, I did sanitize my hands like literally just a second ago. I really hope that the vaccine helps people, and that just that things, you know, I don't know if things can really go back to the way they were at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not God. But I'm really hopeful that everybody can have a nice holiday, that we can hopefully celebrate the new year, however that is. You know, however, whatever form it manifests itself for you, whether you're alone sitting in your recliner in your corner of your kitchenette with a liquor bottle in the dark with a cigarette in your ashtray being like, cheers to another shit year, or whether or not you're tuning in through what I just talked about to watch live globally with people here in Las Vegas. It is not open to the public, by the way. Don't show up. It ain't gonna be good if you do. Just saying. Um, uh, or whether or not you are lucky enough to live with family or with people that you have all been tested, you know, you're okay. And by that I mean like people that had to move in with other people because they lost their jobs during this and had no choice but to move in with other folks because they lost where they lived, stuff like that. Which is a lot of what has happened here in Vegas. I have seen so many U-Haul vans like so much U-Haul. Um, and it all happened around the eviction moratorium and a lot of the announcements of the laying offs and like the eviction moratorium isn't going to help you if you're just not going to have the money to do the back payments of the rent, and that was part of the problem. And um, again, I don't want to get too political here in Nevada in particular, but it's just been a real tough time for folks. So I made this not to be like morbid and but to just be like, hey, I'm still here. My YouTube channel is still around. But more importantly, I want to wish you hopefully a moment where you can pause for all of this and know that you can tune into stuff here in Vegas. I'm sure there are other cities around the world that have similar things going on. Um, Again, they're going to be giving away stuff. I am not getting kickbacks for this. I am purely just doing this because I love the city. um, and yeah, so that's all I really had to say. It ended up being way longer than it needed to. I apologize for that. But if you're used to my channel, you're no stranger to that. Just, I'm so delirious, dude. You have no idea. I've had had to write several papers, and then my family got rear-ended in our only car in like the last 2 months. And then I found out that my mom officially is late stage Alzheimer's. And then, oh, but it gets better. And then my dad flips over on a, not flips, but like trips on a file cabinet at the property manager's office here where we live. And I'm just like, and now he's having trouble walking and he's going to the doctor tomorrow. And I'm just like, why 2020? Why? So it just can't quite let us go. And that's pretty brutal. So, so yes, tomorrow is going to be the 2-year anniversary of my second spinal fusion. It was my third back surgery overall. I'm still curved at the bottom. L5 is holding together. One of the other discs has been herniating for over a year now. I've just been living with it. And increased neurological issues. Still waiting on that service dog. Nevada Vocational Rehab is totally tapped out for funds, as you can imagine. They're related to the unemployment office. That's not. I'm part of their caseload, but I'm just like, man, like I need that help to be able to get my balancing service dog. It's just a real bummer. And I get the car repaired and stuff like that because the muffler after that person ran into us. It ran into my parents, actually. I wasn't in there. Thank God I wasn't. That would have ruined whatever work was done on my lower back 2 years ago tomorrow. And in fact, 2 years ago tomorrow, I received this little dude at Valley Hospital Medical Center. It was so cool. They had all like the door decorations and stuff. I know it sounds weird talking about a hospital like that, but honestly, if you spend as long as I have since age 9 being a scoliosis patient and then just like having to go in and get x-rays and different procedures and physical therapy constantly off and on over your life, it becomes kind of normal. It's just... So you'd rather it be festive than like boring, you know what I mean? So they put me in the newer part. It was actually meant to be a maternity ward, but they were putting some of my orthopedic surgeon's patients in there because he was like, I demand that my patients be put in here. And I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad you did because it was very nice. Never want to be in those places. And if you know anybody who is, whether it's related to what's going on in the world or not, whether it's another scenario, whether it's a good one like a baby being born or a bad one, I wish you love and healing and peace. Um, and peace is hard to come by right now. So, virtual hug if you want it from me to all of you. And hopefully I'll make another update before Christmas. Take care, y'all. Bye.